Thank you, Tanay. When a decorated police officer can be nervous, let me assure you I'm shaking. Yes, you can laugh at my expense, it's on me. It's been a long time since people have looked up to me, and that to an entire auditorium for the people. Normally, the people who look up to me are my daughter when she climbs up on the stairs, and I'm on top of the stairs. I'm 47 years of age. I have all my teeth intact. I sell anything made on a handloom for a living. And I wanted to say beta, but there was a lady in the wing, she said, you can say that you're an alpha male, so I guess I'm an alpha male. And hope is my best friend. I've been hoping ever since I was probably about, the earliest memory is about 12 years of age. I wanted to be a cricketer. That's another story. Let me give you another story first. Since we are in a school, a business school, and admissions do matter. I have a friend of mine. I think you're seeing his picture right now. Are you? Yeah. He's the big guy with a perennial turban on his head. I've never had the guts or the courage to ask him why, because he's not bound by any other religious or other means to have a turban on his head, but then he has one. One of my resolutions for this year is to ask him why. I'm still gathering courage. He's a big guy. So he has this amazing place in the back and beyond of a place in Rajasthan, which is very difficult to find even on the archaeological map of India. It's a place called Jiri. I took permission from him in the morning to mention it. Sometimes he can be very fierce. Now, he left his job about 28 years ago in Delhi as a qualified textile engineer, went back to his homeland, which is Jiri. He's got about 25 or 26 acres of land there, and set up a school. He has many trees, some blackboards beneath some trees which keep on changing place every day and every week. I've seen that personally. Once upon a time when I was there, this was about 2012 when I was there, I asked him, how do you get these 45 or 50 odd kids in your school? From here to here to about here. So he said, कल देख लेते हैं, अब तो आज रह जाओ, कल सुबह देख लेंगे. Now I'm a very late riser because I have a very lame excuse that I work pretty late. Typically I see Netflix movies till pretty late. So if you call me at 10 o'clock, I'll say I'm in a meeting. I am not. I'm being honest. So the next morning I got up at about 8 o'clock, which is just past midnight for me. And I saw about maybe about 12 or 13 people sitting on their haunches, some below a tree, some on a chabutra, which is a raised platform in their terms. And I said, what is it? He said, wait till about 9 o'clock, then you'll understand. The word Om Prakash is a very common name in such places. So at about 9-ish, this tall man who's called Om Prakash walks in with a bunch of kids at in his wake. It reminded me of the Pied Piper, who had rats behind him. This guy had kids behind him. So he, just tells him that, Om Prakash, kitne roti ban sakta hai? This guy says, kitne banna chahiye? 12-15? 18 tak ban jayega. So Om Prakash goes away with the children. This guy calls up 4 guys and says, come here. About 7 or 8 more people say, what about us? He says, next time. So he says, come over here. So he comes to them, they pick up rolled packets, small little stuff which resembles good cover. It's actually 2,000 rupees or 1,000 rupees folded like that and kept like this. Okay, pays the fees. This is his daughter or his son, says, ja, and turns and goes. That guy is confused as ever. He doesn't know where he's gone. Whether it's from the frying pan to the fire or the fire to the frying pan. But he reckons both are the same. Because that's a country where if you're a girl, you're sometimes hung on a tree and whipped till kingdom come. Because you're a girl. And my friend, that gentleman, that big guy over there, has many a time taken a Lee Enfield rifle 303 and rescued many such kids who today read at his school. So I said, I still didn't figure it out. So I think that didn't work. So I said, how do you do it? He said, 18 rotis means 4 kids. 4 rotis a day. Utna hi aa sakta hai. that was the mission process over for at least 3 months. But they have the freedom, they have a lot of hope. I told you, hope is my best friend. You cannot match me in terms of having hope. It's because you cannot fail as many times I have failed in 47 years. Trust you and me. First, I wanted to be a cricketer. I went and told my dad a pack of lies. I had scored 211 runs in half a day. And my dad believed it. Until a friend came to me and my dad said, you know what about Arup scored this many runs? I said, Arup, he doesn't even play for the cricket team. That was the end of my cricketing ambition. This was 12 years of age. I always thought I'd grow to be about 6'3". Clint Eastwood was 6'4". Am I right, sir? Clint Eastwood was 6'4", right? Thereabouts. We have the same choices in Western movies. I am 5'7" and embarrassingly so, 25 centimeters away from being 5'8". I just couldn't make it. 25 or 2.5, something like that. I'm bad in maths. It runs in the family. My daughter is doing her class 10 this time, and she told me that, you know what? I'm going to celebrate. It's because it's the last time I have to appear for a math exam. So I said, good luck with that. Even I don't want you to go for maths. There are many things to do in life. For those of you who love maths, I love maths. Trust me. I can't do it. That's another story. Hang on. There are many more. Don't exhaust. This is the only time in my life I've got 10 minutes and 58 seconds left. It's the only time in my life I probably can get a few claps here and there. Normally the ones I get slaps, not claps. Thankfully not the physical ones, the metaphorical ones. The same visit to that school, and the next day this kid says, oh, swimming pool dekha hai aapne? I lost it. A swimming pool in a village school. The big guy was still smiling at me. He never told me about it. So I said, kaise bana swimming pool yahan par? He said, kal subah dikha dena. This guy is like this much, 11 years of age, huh? Smart guy with, I learned a new word, it's a 4-letter word. It's called swag. He's a smart guy with swag. So, the next morning I got up again at 8 o'clock, which was a little past midnight for me. But I was quite beginning to like it. So he took me, he said, again. I said, hi. He's waiting for me, It's not every day he gets a 40-year-old guy who listens to him at his beck and call. He took me to the swimming pool. Trust you and me. It was an 80-year-old or maybe an 85-year-old. Forget the math, it's plus 5 minus 5 this way or that way. It was what they call a bauli or a step well. Goes 80 feet down, brimming to the water. And the guy says, "Ye hai hamari swimming pool." Dekho, takes off his shirt, plunges. I nearly have a heart attack because I can't swim for the life of me. Okay, I can't swim. I can't climb a tree. I desperately wanted to ride a bike to take my wife, who was sitting there, and also my co-founder, when we were not married, to show off. I couldn't. I can drive a car, though. Hang on. I'm not exactly useless. So, I said, he jumped in, swam, came up again, said, Dekha? I said, aren't you afraid? What he told me next beat the living daylights out of me. I thought I was a sensible guy. I knew it. I had spoken so many places, written so many things in life, but this was one life lesson I was not prepared for. He said, "Kabhi samandar mein तैरे हो?" I said, "नहीं यार, मुझे तैरना नहीं आता तो मैं कैसे तैरूं? पकड़ो अगर तैरना जाते थे, समुद्र में तैरते ना, अच्छा लगता ना?" हाँ, वो तो अच्छा लगता है। मालूम है पैरों के नीचे कितना गहरा है? He said, नहीं, पर तो इसमें डरने का क्या बात? 80 फुट है, ये तो मुझे मालूम है। So I realized that this guy, I lost track of him. I never found him again. Probably he'd gone back or whatever it is. I didn't even know his name. It was like it was a Titanic moment for me. I forgot to ask him his name. I think Rose forgot to ask his name, right? Who forgot to ask whose name? Can you help me there? Did Jack forget Rose's name or did Rose forget Jack's name? You're hopeless. Yes? Both remembered everybody's name, right? So I guess I was hopeless. I forgot his name. So David Sahib came up to me and said, now you've had your experiences. Now, I never forgot them. For one very important reason, is because all of us believe that we know the answers in life. But let me share a perspective with you. What is the color of the sun? Yes? Come again? Somebody says yellow, somebody says orange. So does your answer change the color of the sun? Yes? No. Did you invent the answer? No. The answer was there, right? But you never told that to me, did you? Did you tell me the answer before? What made you tell the answer to me? Question. So here's the lesson. You've got to ask the right questions. You don't invent answers. The answers are there. You don't search for answers. The answers are there. Okay? I failed for the first time in 1996. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So the first thing which struck me was that I could do, in Calcutta there used to be a lot of people who would say leather bags. So I said, I want a leather entrepreneur. I'm going to sell stuff to Germany, this, that. So I made a business plan. You know what a plan is? You know what a plan is? No, I have an acronym for it. Listen to me. A plan is a perfectly lenient approach to negotiation. Within brackets, which typically fails. That's your plan. Whole plan. When we got funded a couple of years ago at Qatar, we had a plan. Okay? We did not balance the plan. One part of it sagged, one part of it went up. I don't know which one to look at. Some still struggling. But that's okay. I understand that. I have another lesson which I can share with you. Unfortunately, a little bit of failure there also, but never mind. There is some success. I'll let you know. I was sitting down and out quite some time ago, and my daughter again came up to me and said that, what's wrong with you? You don't sound your usual beauty yourself. I said, yeah. He said, no, what, Daddy? I've got this new mantra in life. I said, what's your new mantra in life? He says, when life throws lemons at you, I said, she would probably say, bring out the oranges. No, she said, bring out the tequila. So I said, hang on, this is Madonna or Beyonce. I know that. I'm not that old. I'm not that. She said, forget whoever it was. So I said, okay, fine, let's have one more. What's more important, mind or matter? So this 15-year-old kid, who happens to be my daughter, said, what matters is the mind. But trust me, Daddy, if it is the mind, it doesn't matter. Don't clap. I don't know what she meant. No, if you think I'm going to give you pearls of wisdom, no, I'm here for wisdom. You're the future. You're the future. I'm standing here to listen to you, which is because you are a part of 4 billion people on planet Earth. 4 billion. That's the opportunity. There's a very famous saying. I must share this with you. The guy said, I'll tell you who the guy is later on. The guy said that if all forms of insects were to disappear from this earth, then all forms of life would end in 50 years. But if we humans were to disappear from the face of the earth, then every form of life other than us would flourish within 50 years. You decide who's more important, the insect or you. Don't ask me, I don't know the answer, I'm asking you. Most of the questions I'm going to put across to you, I don't know the answers. Okay? I passed out college with 33% attendance. My principal took a lot of kindness on me and said, okay, let this guy go. Because if he comes back next year, it's going to be probably less than 33% failures. I had the same problem. It was a morning college. I had to go to college at 6 o'clock in the morning. That is dinner time for me, something like that. There's one more thing I wish to share with you. There's this village near Kota, it's called Mangrove. The beauty of Mangrove is people sit in small little tenements or jhopadis with the lower half of their body in a hole along with a handloom. And they make saris. They're called Kota saris. What's so great about it? Nothing great. Except for the fact each sari has a small, every sari consists of many small squares. Each small square is called a cut. And each cut probably would be about 64 strings by 62 strings. These guys sit there and keep on making it till kingdom come. They don't know what's going to happen. When we went to them, it took us 3 years to crack their conundrum because they used to sell to the wholesaler. And the wholesaler sold it to somebody else for 50,000 rupees. I could go on and on. People who sell apples, people who grow apples in Kashmir, they have half a mountain which they give across to the bank for collateral for a 1 lakh rupee loan. So here's my take on this. The future will not shape you. The present will. Because the future is dark. It's a big amoebic mass that you and I don't know about. If you and I go to school today, or anybody starting school today, will retire in 2077. Do you know what 2077 is going to look like? I want the next picture. It's going to look like that sunset. Like every day. You know who the man is? That's the insect man, Dr. Jonas Salk. He saved 200 million people probably from polio by inventing the polio vaccine. And he sits in a place called La Jolla in California. I have a classmate who used to work there. This man epitomizes hope. This man epitomizes the future. But he never knew about it. Nor do you. But you know about today. Now. Now matters. Now counts. Because I remember the guy struggling with this little thing over there. I'm sure he didn't plan for that glitch to happen. That was the future. He couldn't shape it. You shape now, the future happens. Right? You better clap now. I'm done. Thank you very much.